What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you're new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. Before we jump onto the charts, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading's risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. I'm just an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Also read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content. Let's get this Monday started. Beautiful June 23rd. Let's hop onto the charts. We will share this tab right here. We are on Project X with Top 1 Futures. I have a 7-pack of the new straight to funded Sim Pro. Well, they were new. You can't get them right now. They'll probably be back on the market soon, but that was the intro promo offer with these guys. The new straight to funded Sim Pro accounts, 7-pack of the 150Ks. You can still trade the instant funded. You can get new accounts of those. We'll talk about that discount later, all that fun stuff. As you guys could probably hear, my voice is pretty shot. Did some traveling over the weekend and yapped my brains out, and here we are with a really raspy voice. Hoping that I'm not coming down with something, but we'll see. Either way, the market's not going to care about how I sound today. You guys might, but market's really not going to care. So let's jump out to the daily. What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. News in about 10 minutes. Yes, we do have 9:45 a.m. news. Great call out coming up. We got a lot of news this week. Let's just start there. Let me throw Forex Factory up on the chart here. Hang on one second, guys. Let's start with news. That is a great call. This is forexfactory.com. You can tell I come from the Forex world. Just my preferred site. I'm just used to looking at it. I can understand the stuff real quickly. You could use Financial Juice, Market Watch, another 100 different sites. But you want to be aware of, you might want to be aware of, at least I like to be, financial news events. High impact, low impact, medium impact, whatever they are, when they're coming out, and decide, do you want to trade it? Do you not want to trade it? You want to wait? You want to use, get in heavy, go on a walk, touch some grass, whatever you want to do, be aware of it, right? I think it's a rookie move to not be aware of it. And I'm caught pulling that rookie move more times than I'd like to admit. So we have 9:45 flash manufacturing PMI, flash services PMI coming up. 10 a.m. We got a lot of these this week. I really don't like it. It's right at New York Open. But we got 9:45 today. We got 10 a.m. today, existing home sales. That's a medium impact. Wouldn't mind trading through that. But as you can see right here, counting down about 6 minutes from now, 9:45 a.m. Eastern. The rest of the week is pretty heavy. We got a lot of FOMC speakers. You can see we got Powell testifying at 10. That's going to be a pain again on Wednesday. Really a pain for New York session. I might do some fun stuff later in the afternoons, just depending on how these ones go for the next couple days. But unemployment 8:30. This doesn't bother me that much. Pending new home sales at 10. And then 8:30 a.m. again on Friday. We have some news. A little bit clear. No, 10 o'clock we got news again. So it's going to be an interesting one to trade for sure as far as this week goes. So be aware of financial news events. I think that would be important. Probably helpful, right? You can decide whether or not you want to try to predict them, anticipate them, or just be aware of them the way that I am. So looking at the daily, a lot of consolidation up here, man. We've turned, didn't just rip towards all-time highs. We started to turn. The news over the weekend, if you're not aware, conflict in the Middle East escalating with U.S. involvement. We sold off at the open and then immediately came back up, closed the gap, and as you can see right here, are forming a pretty big bullish candle on this. Dropping down to the 1 minute, we will be able to see that a little bit clearer coming from the yesterday evening open, gap down, immediate V-shaped recovery, bullish through the overnight and into pre-market session, back down to VWAP a couple times, and here we are, tested VWAP, and now starting to push to the upside. If you guys know how, so I can see this, I do like to speculate on higher time frames just to kind of get a feel for where we're at in that higher time frame trend, that higher time frame structure, right? But when it comes to actually trading the system, the way that I trade, my approach, pretty dang simple, unbiased. I'm looking for very, very simple movements. So to start framing it for today, let me take a sip of tea. Ooh, I got to refill my tea. Start framing it for today. You could probably guess I'm going to look to short a pop up above that overnight high level. Probably into, I think looking left, we got some structure. I'm going to say probably it's the 50s. That would be really sweet for a move back down. Don't love that we already tested VWAP here and then started to pop back up. That's not my favorite thing to see. To the downside, below prior day low. Yeah, back down below prior day low. I wouldn't mind buying it. Definitely wouldn't mind to buy, but I don't know. I don't know that we get that. Here's a retest of VWAP and then a lot of strength showing directly off of that. Yeah, if I zoom out on this 1 minute, you can just see what we're looking at here. Let's go to the 15. Yeah, I wouldn't mind shorting a pop above that overnight high levels. Tested a couple times back here. Tested over here, into the 40s. 50s would be a little bit more aggressive, but I still wouldn't mind it from up here for an aggressive short play. Nice setup off the open for VWAP. I'm sure we got the ASFX guys already making money. Probably going to be done pretty quick. Buying off of VWAP, opening up above. Bullish structure, holding, buying off of VWAP. That's a pretty clean play right there. We got a pretty nice bounce right off the bat. Yeah, man, 20. This is somewhat volatile. Markets are moving. Markets are definitely moving. Looking at that size. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. Yeah, 5.71 on a 5 minute ATR. Yeah, so again, framing trades, taking a look, letting the market open up as usual. If you're new, I don't like to jump into anything really before the first 15 minutes. I just don't find my results support it. I'll keep it as simple as that. Tend to be very volatile, quick movements, and I like to just chill for a little bit. Let the market open up, starts to show its hand, and gives me a way to get in without dealing with the craziness that comes in the first 5 to 10 minutes of market open. But we're coming up on that time, so yeah, I'm probably going to look to short this. I'm going to look to short this into the 40s. I think we could really aggressively pop to the 50s if we continue and find some sellers up there. But I'm going to try this short above this overnight high level first. I think we are likely to pull back down, if not all the way to VWAP, because we already did that, to this area of high volume, maybe back towards the 25s. That would definitely give me a way to structure risk and potentially catch a movement back down. Again, same simple play. You guys watch me take on these, all day. It's been working really well in these accounts. We were on a really, really wild win streak up until Wednesday. I think I took a stop right near break even, like $50 or something across each account. But actually ended up accidentally entering. Here we go for news. 9:45 coming up. We got about 60 seconds to red folder news. Actually entered on the wrong accounts and closed out quickly on a follow-up trade after the live, but ended up break even. So these are on a pretty wild win streak. We're gonna see how these go. But here we go. Coming into red folder news, trading out the 60.29s right now, hanging towards the top end of this. Do we pop? Going to be difficult if we get a crack above overnight high right now on this news. Obviously, I'm not just going to dive in front of this if we're starting to push to the upside. So going to have to wait for this 9:45 to come. Let's see what we get. And then probably trade through that 10 a.m. orange folder, existing home sales. That's what I'm going to look to do. So here we go. Appreciate you guys hopping on. What's up? Wolf, Ralph, Jarvis, Chuck. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome to another trading week. Got a nice full week. A lot of news, but let's see what we can do. As always, appreciate you guys on here. Smash like, smash subscribe. Gonna have some giveaways coming back up real soon. We'll talk about that today, too. While we were waiting for this news, it really didn't do anything. As always, link at the top of the chat. Code RDF gets you, right now, it's 40% off of Top 1 futures. The straight to sim funded pro accounts, again, that promotion is gone for the time being. We'll see when they roll those back out. If they roll those back out, what that's going to look like. But you can get your hands on some instant funded, no evaluation accounts. Straight into a funded account to be trading. Do your own research, make your own decisions. You know how that goes. But code RDF is going to get you a deal better than what's on the site, in the emails, pretty much anywhere. Yeah, so nothing out of that news. A whole lot of nothing. We still got liquidity up above coming back on the book. I do look at bookmap. We got a lot today. It's pretty thick to both sides. I do watch bookmap. That's my favorite order flow tool. You can use a traditional DOM. You can use anything. You could not use order flow at all. I think you'd be fine. But we do have it up towards the 40s and then 50s above that. I'm still going to look to take the same short. I'm not going to jump directly in. I'm not going to limit order in. I'm not going to immediately jump in. Like as in now, throw a limit order up there just to be filled on the way up. I want to see what happens when we get there before I look to fade it. I'm going to be fairly light. I've been running one contract on these, just looking to give myself some more room to trade. I'll probably do the same today. So let's see. Finding some resistance right here. I think we could quickly pop through this, or we could start to turn down from here. If we can't lift this, yeah, here we go. We're going to try it. Let's see. Let's see what ES has got for us today. Let's see. Yo, what's up? What's going on, guys? Wolf sticking to my rules. Yep, I'm guessing you're laughing about that nothing from... I actually like that. We didn't come in crazily disrespect levels and just end up with wild structure to trade. Phone was real. Wanted to get in long. Yeah. Good. No trade. No trade, man. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what the market's doing. Let's see. Yeah, again, guys, I'm going to wait, but I'm looking to short this on a push up above overnight high. I think it could be dicey because we got 116 all the way up at 60.50. That's a big round psychological number. I do like to pay attention to the way that ES reacts around psychological numbers like that. Just nice big round numbers. And if I look at this, just kind of zooming out a little bit more, 5-minute 15. Yeah, this overnight high level isn't bad to look to get involved up here. But again, I think if we start to push to the upside pretty quickly, we could come all the way back up here towards the 50s, the mid 50s, pretty aggressively before we find sellers. So this is going to be an interesting one, but framed this out. I'm going to stick to my guns on this. I'm going to look short above. Again, not jumping in. I really have a very systematic, mechanical way that you see me manage my trades once I am in. I do apply quite a bit of discretion to the entry itself. I'm watching to see how price is reacting in a very short time frame, right? Not waiting for big candle closures or something super duper specific. Using my discretion, my subjective interpretation of what's happening on the chart, on bookmap, on the tools I use, utilizing some pattern recognition, right? To decide when or when not to enter. So as we come into the 40s, I'm going to give it a couple split seconds and decide if I want to jump right in. Maybe I wait, hold a little bit. If we start to just blast on a lot of strength, we see an immediate quick crack up, right? We just rip through 10 points. I might not just smash the sell button. But again, that's the discretion. That just comes with time, comes with experience in the markets. And for me, I find that helpful to be able to exercise that. And then again, in other areas, I'm going to be much more systematic, much less discretionary. So again, I'm focused up watching these 37s trade. We might find resistance here. We might not want to go fill it. We could turn pretty aggressively down. It's going to invalidate my trade setup if we do. As I'm saying it, here we go. We might not want to go and crack these 40s. But we got, 150 at 60.40. We got another 100 at the 45, another 100 at the 50s, a little bit more actually. So there is liquidity on the book up here by way of sell orders resting in this market. Not a lot to the downside. It's not nothing, but not a lot to the downside until we really start to sell off. If I zoom way out, all the way up at 6,100, way up here, we have 831 on the book. If you are looking at a DOM, you should be able to confirm that. We have 831 orders sitting way up here. If I come way down below price, all the way down into the 50s, the 59.50s, 59.62s. We got a couple hundred on the book way down here. That would be all the way down around this overnight low level. But initially, I'm looking for a crack up here and then a reversion. Some sellers to step in, take this thing back down, although we are looking pretty bullish right off the open, man. So here we go. We're going to try it again. Let's see. 35's filled. Yeah, those 50s could be a problem. That's the only thing I'd worry about. Those 50s could be a problem. I don't know if we even grab the overnight high. I really don't. We might turn from here. In the XFA, again, very nice. Nate back in the XFA. Solid green week. Long off, opening range break. Very nice, very nice. Wolf thinks market's going to go up and up. Invite sellers every now and then and continue to go up. Okay? Again, high time frame speculation for me, it's helpful to a degree, I think, on like looking at the daily, more so with price action and market structure. But I really try not to carry a bias like that, like super specifically. I'm more looking at what's about to happen right here, right now. What do I think is going to happen based on what's happening on the chart in more of and I try to keep it this way, in a reaction type of way, right? Not in a prediction or, I'm going to speculate and say, I think this is going to happen, so I'm going to do this. What's happening right here, right now? What's price doing? If this happens, then I will do this, right? Let the market come to you in that type of a way. But yeah, I could definitely see it, right? We got that stuff going on, conflict in the Middle East. Obviously, the market didn't dump. It didn't dump overnight. Didn't dump through Asia, through London. It's not dumping right now. So that's telling. Nice. Nate's got XFAs in reserve. I love that. Love to hear that. Still grinding slowly to the upside. Can we get a crack through? Yeah, I'm going to watch what happens as we come above this overnight high level. I'd like to see it maybe even into the 45s. Here we go to test it. I'd love to get a stop. Yeah, I'd love to get a stop up above that level. That's just a tiny crack. Didn't even trade the 40s. Getting ready to short this, guys. Trading 40s right now. Just want to give it again. Give it a split second. See if we get a really aggressive pop all the way up, in which case I'm probably going to hang out till the 50s. But if we start to this looks pretty good. Thesis is that we turn from this overnight high. We come back down. Give me a way to structure risk. We don't just rip our face off to the 50s. Just want to see if we get one more crack up. No, not really getting it.
Order filled.
Taking it from right here, guys. I am going to take it from right here, and I'm going to go stop in the same spot that I've been running these, about 10 points. Let's see if we can't get a rejection off of this overnight high level. This is going to be trade number 1 for me. Again, how I'm managing these now that I'm in. Very, very simple. Dragging stop loss into profit, not just to break even. If we start to move in the direction of my trade, really aggressively trailing behind price, I will wait. I will wait for, about that 6.5 point movement. Again, I'm taking this from another really, really solid, badass trader. I've tested it, and I really, really enjoy it. I like getting more systematic. It's an area that I've found I needed to get some more consistency in. So this is nothing new, as is everything on my chart. Nothing new, nothing proprietary. I just find the stuff that works well for me, that's working well for others, and try to utilize that. But that's going to be the game plan. It would be pretty nice on this because it'd be coming down to sweep this low if we did start to reject here, and it would give me a nice way to structure risk. Again, if we just start to push to the upside, I do nothing. I hang out, wait for my stop loss to get hit. That's it. Let the trade breathe up until we start to move in my direction, then choke up on it pretty tightly. But easily happy to realize $500 worth of loss. Like I said, I've been on a gnarly win streak with these, trading live with you guys. Pretty decent good start to this year. But with that comes losing, right? With that comes losing streaks, multiple losses, So as you put trades on, I think it's always what helps me and what helps me manage them well and be confident and comfortable, right? Watching whatever's going to happen next play out is as I put that trade on, I kind of structure my risk. I say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. But then I always consciously go, I'm totally okay with that stop loss getting hit. If I'm not, I should take the trade off. I should ask why I'm not. Is it too large of a risk per trade? Am I not happy with this entry? Is this not a good setup for me? If anything other than I'm okay with that stop loss getting hit, you should probably take the trade off. You just shouldn't be in anything. So let's see if we can get a reaction here off of overnight high. You can see we're stalling up here. Obviously sellers haven't stepped in super heavy yet, but I'm looking for this initial pop down. And again, I'm going to drag stop loss into profit pretty quickly if we start to get this, but it's going to have to be down towards these lows, back down towards the 36s, 35s. I'd want to see before I start moving it. Otherwise, you just keep, oh, there we go. That's 36.5. Let's see. Can we get some continuation here? Gonna look to let this drag on a little bit longer. Let's see. There we go. Stop loss. I'm gonna go stop loss. Getting ready to drag behind it. Not yet. That's not enough yet. That's really not enough yet. I want it down here. I want it to be sweeping this low. Yeah, I'm gonna let this thing chill. I'm gonna let this thing chill yet for now. I don't want to drop it right there because it's going to take me out. Let's see. Can we push a little bit further down on this candle? Okay, there we go. Got a second candle forming. I'm going stop loss just behind this 1 minute candle. We're coming down towards this low. It's going to take me.
Order filled.
Yeah, it's going to take me out. Let's see how aggressive that was. Again, that was a nice impulsive move. The thesis is I want to see that continue right here, right now. I want to aggressively see it continue. I don't want to see buyers step back in like this because then we're just holding trend. I'm okay with it continuing up before it reacts. I'm okay with it chopping. And the trade management style reflects that, right? Reflects that thesis. The thesis is we're going to reject here. If we don't, I get stopped out. If we start to reject, I want to see that continue to happen. Aggressively selling off right here. So stop for 84.70. Not a bad trail, right? Like the low end of this move. Obviously not what I want out of these accounts. If I'm going to put $500 worth of risk on the line, I got to be ready to realize a whole lot more than 84.70, but just going to work with what the market gives you, right? Stick to your guns, stick to your trade management. So out for 84.70 on one contract, not a whole lot. I'm going to watch what happens up here. I'm still interested short off the 50s. So if this is invalidating this trade right here because we pull back down, buyer stepped right back in. If we reject up here, I'm not going to take it off the 50s if we came all the way back down and came all the way back up. But if we just keep coming up here, we got liquidity all the way up to the 50s. I'm going to look to short this again. That's my game plan. Let's see. Oh, 10 a.m. We got red folder news coming up, guys. Ooh, almost the rookie mistake again. Yeah, because I'm watching liquidity stay on the book, which is interesting. Orange folder, medium impact news coming up right here, right now. Let's see how the market reacts. Again, I'm going to look short off the 50s, guys. If we crack up towards the 50s, here we go. That's aggressive. Now that's aggressive. So still going to look short off the 50s. We didn't go and grab it, but I don't know that I'm going to dive in front of that right now. This is, yeah, market like that news. Obviously like that news. Really didn't care about the 945 stuff this morning. Big reaction out of that. What was this? New home sales? Existing home sales? Yep. 10 a.m. Let's see. Got close. Didn't go trade the 50s all the way back down. Dang, man. Got real close. We still got 177 on the book up here. Let me show you guys bookmap. Let's go to bookmap while we are hanging out waiting. Let's go to the tape. Nice. This is my favorite order flow tool. This is bookmap. This is level 2 data, and this is why I don't show it, because I'm looking for a trade off the 50s, and I'm not trading from this. I like to show you the screen that I'm trading from so you can watch the exact entry, exit, trade management. You can watch everything in real time in a funded account. So whether I make or lose money, you know that at least I'm on here showing you actual trading. But here's what I've been watching all day. Liquidity come on and off the book. We've got the 40s right here where we had this big stack. This was the area I was looking for a rejection. We started to get that. News came in here. We did crack higher. These 50s, this is another reason I'm looking at this nice round psychological number for a short. I think we come up here and fill this. We're likely going to get some kind of rejection. But again, now we are pushed to the upside, really looking strong. I've already stepped in front of it one time. Yeah, I'm getting ready to pull it again, guys. I'm not going to adjust the screen, so you guys can watch what happens here on bookmap. 200 on the book. Again, we got it up to the 60s, but these are fresh orders coming on, just based on pattern recognition, the way that I see price respond around these levels. I'm not as worried about this, but we could, if we continue to push this to the upside. Oh, there's the rejection. We didn't even trade them out. Let's see. Let's see. Can front run these levels. We don't always come into them, right? Sometimes price just does not want to go and fill them. We come and tap. We get close within a point or two, and we start to reject from there. But again, I'm still looking short on this. I think we could be in for a nice impulsive move, but bullish so far. Breaking retest of overnight high, coming up towards the 50s. We turn this into a big bullish day. Like we go run towards, prior highs around this level, all-time highs. Could be. Long off of VWAP. Definitely would have paid this morning. So let's see what we get. So again, guys, you see what I'm looking at on bookmap. I'm going to try to switch this back quick, just so you can watch me hop into a trade. Let's see how fast. And no, that's not it. Damn it. It's the problem with live streaming. You have to be quick. All right, there we go. We're sharing again. It's back up. All right, we're almost trading the 50s. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if we can come up into this. Yeah, I want you guys to get to see the execution and everything. 60-47s. Finding sellers here, man. I like it from right down here because I don't know we're going to go and grab those. Yeah, stop above the 55s. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, we're going to try these. Here we go. Let's see. Can we pull it? Can we pull it? I'm going to wait to see if we can crack above or we reject right here, man. Oh, man, we might not do it. Might get a rejection down below. Buyers looking like they're building strength. Going to crack these orders, so I don't want to jump in front of it here. If I can get myself a price that's a little bit better, but that was one more wick above. Right to the 49s. Yeah, I think we're gonna lift this. I think we're gonna go crack the 50s. Here we go. Trying it again. Let's see. Again, I want to wait for my level, price to trade into my level. There we go. And then see what happens. Do we just blast off just for a split second here? Trade in the 50s, 50-25s. Do buyers look really strong through this? Yeah, kinda. Do we run right to the 60s? Still waiting, guys. Still waiting. That was a nice crack through. This is showing some strength. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to dive in front of this one. We showed a lot of strength through the 50s. We're continuing to push. No, not even a pause. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to wait. That's not bad unless we go right to the 60s. Yep, I'm going to wait for some rejection up here, guys. Let's see. Too strong. Way too strong, man. Let's see. Starting to get some sellers stepping. Just reading order flow here the way that I do it in a very basic pattern recognition way. This is a tough one to dive in front of. I do still like it all the way back down towards that overnight high level, but this is strong. This is showing a lot of strength here. I'm cautious diving in front of it. Yeah, we're getting some hesitation here. Okay, sellers stacking up. The 60s are the next level before we really even, if we send that, then it's just looking like blast off. We got some sellers stepping in here.
Order filled.
I'm going to try it up here, guys. I'm going to try it up here. This is dicey. This is aggressive. I am really shorting. I'm shorting some strength up here. But again, I was waiting for the 50s. Didn't jump right in at the 50s. I'm going to aggressively manage this one again. I'm going to pull stop loss into profit. But I'm short from 53.75. There we go. Starting to get some rejection. I want to see this sell off really aggressively here. Really, really aggressively. I'm going to drag stop to profit. Again, waited. Guys, I'm going to manage this really tight. I'm going to start dragging right now. I'm dragging behind price. Ooh, where was I at? Stop loss just into profit. I want to see this continue. I need to see this rejection continue right here. Otherwise, I'm stopped for a point, for a tick. Let's see. I want to see selling pressure step right in. I'm going to drag behind price, see if we can't grab a couple $100 out of this. Still live for now.
Order filled.
Yeah, I'm out. That's it. Stop for a tick. Still pushing the upside. Still coming to test this high. I like that entry, but I'm managing these really, really aggressively. That second one was not waiting for 5, 6, 7 points into profit before dragging. This is looking very, very strong up here. I still think this is an interesting area right above the 50s. But if we don't reject immediately, we keep doing this, I don't want to be in. So call me crazy because all I would have had to do was hit the buy button today and would have been making money. But that's not my play. That's not my play here on ES. It's not a overextension and then look to long it for a continuation. That's just not my setup at all. I'm still going to watch this. I might try this again. Still gonna watch this. I'm not sold on this continuing. I don't think it does. And you can call that carrying a bias, but just watching the way this is moving on the chart on order flow, it is this nice drift higher. That was pretty impulsive after that move to the 650s. I think we come back in. I think this is the big fake out to the upside, and we pull the same choppy BS that we've had the last few weeks. Call me crazy. But just looking at what we see on the chart and how I'm reading this, 60's got some orders up here. Rejection one more time. Yeah, that was my shot. Got trailed out here. I think this may turn. Gonna have to wait. I'm not gonna jump right back in. Two trades, both ending very, very slightly green. $700 across 7 accounts. Not a whole lot at all, but can't complain. The market's not doing what I want it to do. The first one would have been a full loss, right? Got short here, exited right down here, being trailed out. Look at how that would have played out so far. This one looks like we're going to reject. This does look like we're going to reject. We got orders through the 50s. Sellers are stepping in here. Yeah. Yep. Short from the 53s. Yeah, I think this is going to be the one where I'm trailed out really aggressively and we get some rejection. But I got to manage these tight, man. I'm fading a big move to the upside, so I'm happy starting to trail right as we start to reject. But yeah, I think this one's going to start to move. Let's see. Well, what's going on, chat? How are we doing? Ryan, what's up? Ryan says, everybody hit the like button. Smash the like button. We're 2 for 2 so far. Very, very small profit. Not really doing too much, but market's not working with me. It's not moving to the downside. We're not selling off, and I'm hitting the sell button. So if I'm coming out green, I guess I should be thankful and start just hanging tight. What's up? What's up? There goes gold. Okay, I guess gold's doing its thing. Up 145 bucks. Realized. Still got 5 micros running. Nice. Got the gold short. Nice. In a practice account, up 333. Nice. You guys are killing it today. Everybody's making money. I love that. News and 2. Yeah, we were looking at that. See what happens. Back down to the 50s. Do we start to reject and continue here? Kind of looks like it. Yep. Downside of choking up on trades, right? If it does start to move after just coming back to test your entry, there's 10 points. There's coming close to my 500 bucks in profit right there. Right? Short off the 53s. Not a bad entry. Trade management, nice and tight. Played nicely on the first one. Didn't play too nicely on the second one. Yeah, it would have definitely been nice trailing from here all the way down to a close. Let's see. Right back up to the 50s. Wolf, you might be right, man. Wolf said higher and higher today. Small pullbacks to invite sellers to come in, but to move higher. You might be right, my brother. Have to see. While we're hanging out watching the market, if you guys don't know, I run a 100% free trading Discord. I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Would be more than happy to have you guys in there. I'll throw the banner up right here. Not a VIP feeder program. No crazy course in there. Just an awesome community. Almost 2,000 members. Be more than happy to have you guys in there. Yapping in there more and more. I'm going to be spending even more time in Discord, more time here on YouTube and on IG. Not so much on Twitter. I think X is just a cesspool of negativity and hate. And I just don't find it to be very valuable for anybody involved. So, plus every time I scroll through my feed, it's mostly just people getting murdered now, even though I'd hit the not interested. I don't know what's up with Twitter, but that algorithm's out of control. So I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't know. I just don't want to watch beheading videos. Anyway, watching this market continue to push. Let's see what we get. So yeah, catch me in Discord. Catch me across socials. You want to check out Top 1 Futures. Link is in the chat as well. That's what I'm trading here. Remember, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I can't stand to be unbiased if I stand to make money. I think it's a pretty sweet opportunity to be trading in a funded account with no evaluation, not wasting time taking a challenge. You want to check that out? The best deal available right now, code RDF. The straight to funded Sim Pro accounts are off the site. As they said multiple times, they actually gave everybody a couple extra days. Last week, it was supposed to end on Wednesday, and they ended it on Friday. But those might be coming back pretty soon. Like they talked about, they were going to reassess, look at the rule set, look at how everything was going, decide how many they want to allow people to continue to copy trade, all that fun stuff. Let's see, man. Right back to the 50s. Do we get a break and retest and rejection here? Let's see. Again, I'm not sold on this being a big bullish day. I'm not. Again, I don't want to just pull high time frame, speculation. That's some bullish movement after a sell-off. A lot of that did come from the size of this candle, did come from gapping down at the open and then pushing right back up. This is, could be setting up for a large run all the way back up to this area consolidation, going to see those 6100s, not too far off of all-time highs here. I don't know. Gun to my head, which I'm happy that I don't have, and I hope I never have here. I'm still short. That's where I'd be looking on this. But again, that's my play, right? That's just the way that I trade ES. It's really fading the extremes of movements, not a continuation play. Yeah, we had a lot start to build. Man, I'm a lot starting to build down below. This is interesting. I think we're coming back down. I think we're coming back down. What would get me in? This is not a terrible setup now. Breaking and retesting, starting to continue lower off of the 50s, right? I really hold myself accountable to trade off of a key level. You watch me wait and wait and wait and have no trade sessions because we're not hitting any price level or area on my chart or on bookmap. We're there. We're still there again now. This would really be trying the same area twice, which I'm not as much of a fan of doing, looking for a third trade. But again, I'm happy to start to realize some more profit or a larger loss in these if I'm just dead wrong and the market wants to rip here. But watching this on bookmap, it's getting interesting. We have buy side orders coming in more and more and more below price that we look like we want to go and fill. The 60s is a dangerous spot. We got 180 on the book up there. That could be the crack through to grab those orders. We still also do have it up to the 70s, 72 and a half. We got 100. And then that big stack that was up at the 6100s, didn't call this out a couple minutes ago, got pulled about 8 minutes ago. Huge stack at 61 got pulled. So I'm not so sold on that. 60s is shifting around too. Here we go, trying to fill the 100 orders that are here. We got some coming on and off the book at 60s. That's interesting. Again, I'm looking to short this again, guys. Call me crazy. Call me crazy. But no, just sticking to my approach. Playing off of levels. Very, very simple. Support and resistance, supply demand style of trading. Here we are through towards the 55s. I'm still not sold on it. I'm not going to jump in front of that. Too much volume. Pretty aggressive. At least right there for a sweep of the high. Just looking at where I could get a stop. Yeah, for the 65s. That's not bad because we go and trade past the 60s. I think we're going to keep going, but this is my last shot for a nice impulsive move. Let's see. Yeah, that's got a little bit of strength behind it. Trading aggressive here today too. Yeah, we got a growing CVD now where it was pretty flat. Buyers continuing to stack up right below price, which is different than price levels continuing to the downside. It's not bad here, and if we go trade through the 65s, I think we're going up past prior day high, and we're gonna run. So I don't mind this for a really really big. Looking short on this again, guys. Starting to get a rejection here.
Order
I'm
filled.
gonna try this. Third short of the day. Let's see. Is this the one that's gonna bite me? I'm gonna try this one short here. We go and trade through the 65s. I'm out for 500 bucks for 400 on the day. Again, I still like this. I'm trading aggressively short as we're pushing the upside, but it's off of a key level. It's off of a level that I've been watching, an area that I could see some serious rejection from. Ooh, starting to push pretty harshly. Again, 60s have 150 on the book there. I got a couple points to trade past that if we continue to push. But I'm looking at this to the downside. Again, if you guys have been watching the way that I manage these, this take profit is pretty useless. It's just an arbitrary take me out if we do something crazy, right? If we just rip to the downside, Trump says something crazy happens, we start to push. But I'm short one more time. This is definitely going to be the last trade for me. I've given myself more than I usually do just because I do like this price action. And I'm waiting for a nice impulsive move to at least come take everybody out that's getting long, which I know price loves to do. But I just haven't caught that yet today. I've traded aggressively tight on this. I've saved myself at least one full stop out. That second one would have shown me a little bit more profit. We trade through the 60s all the way through to the 65s. I'm dead wrong, and I think this is a huge bullish day, obviously. It's already shaping up that way. So call me crazy. I'm aggressively short again, third time. Let's see if we can start to get a rejection here. Again, pretty low risk for what I'm trading these accounts, right? Not the 1,000, plus. Not the 1,000 risk per trade, maybe 2,000 total for the day. At worst here on a third trade, I'm out for like $400. Not really going to move the needle too long, too far, but I got to get myself involved. And I'm trying to do that. I review a lot of my trading. I review a lot of the sessions, and I'd like to get more aggressively here, more aggressive on these live sessions here with you guys. So challenging myself to do that. I find myself to be a little bit more risk averse. I think everybody on a spectrum of trading being very aggressive, very risky, finding themselves over trading all the time, or you might find yourself waiting, hesitating, under trading, not taking valid setups when they come, being just a little bit too risk averse, and you want to bring yourself back towards the middle, right? So for me, that's being a little bit more aggressive. For maybe a lot of other guys, it's calming the hell down, it's just slowing way down and not being so aggressive, not taking so many trades, right? Limiting yourself. But, go back through my sessions. I hang out on here for hours sometimes and go no trade. So we all need to adjust a little bit, right? Find what that is for you. Let's see. Seller's trying it. Again, we continue this structure. Again, I'm just dead wrong. That's why I have a stop loss there that says take me out. But we're going to watch, see if we can get a rejection here. I really would like to see this thing go all the way back down to like the 45s, overnight high. That would be really sweet. I see a couple guys, been fading Zach all morning. Nice. Send it, man. Listen, Randy, if you guys watched the show last week and the week before, I've had Randy Baines on the show. Both times trading ES, we faded each other. He got long when I got short, and I think vice versa the first time. We both came out green. Whatever you do, trade your system. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. You can come out green and they can come out green. It's all about where you enter, how you manage that trade, right? And we don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know which one's going to be a win or a loss. All we know is what a valid setup looks like for us, right? That's all we can do. Put the trades on as they come. Take your losses in stride. Take your wins in stride. Random distribution of wins and losses for any given set of variables that define an edge. There's your Mark Douglas quote for the session. Go and read Trading the Zone. I think it really helps you think about trading in a calm way. The way I'm happy to watch this thing. Not happy, but cool to watch this with you guys. Try a short a third time. It's pretty aggressive. If it comes and stops me, it comes and stops me, right? I journal, review, and I say, is this one a good trade? Was it a good setup? Yes, no. Okay, great. Good loss. Just part of the L's. I'm not going to have 100% win rate. I'm not going to have 100% green days that I've had in this account so far in this set of 7. So those losses are always there. It's just how you handle them, right? But definitely don't worry about fading a trader or not trading the same way as somebody that you look to as to trade, that you like the way that they trade or whatever it is. You got to stick to your system, your approach. That's the key. Love Zach. I can take no non-financial advice. Yep. Skin menu rock. Existing home sales at 10. I think we already had that, Ryan. We already had existing home sales drop. Did we not? Yeah, 10 a.m. Yeah, you're responding to it. Existing home 86 points since 10. Gotcha. Yeah. So again, Ryan looks at news on here commenting about it. Yeah, again for me, never been able to make that work. Never been able to make that work at all. So I really enjoy watching guys that are able to say, if news comes in this way, I'm going to trade this way and make it work. I think it's awesome. But not ever able to make that work. Hey, Zach, stepped away from trading for a bit. Happy to be back in the game with you. Awesome. Yeah. Breaking and hanging out is good. Stepping back. I've talked to somebody last week that was doing that, taking a break and just kind of stepping away, calming down, clearing your head, or just taking a break for financial reasons, personal reasons, whatever it is. I think can be very, very helpful, very, very beneficial. So I do it in small batches, right? I didn't trade Thursday or Friday last week at all. Thursday was a holiday, but I was done on Wednesday morning, and now I'm back on Monday. So I do get a nice break here and there where I really step away, really take my mind off the charts. I have the community. I talk with you guys. I'm doing social, so I can't really ever say that I'm completely away, especially when we have like crazy conflict going on in the Middle East. I'm always interested to see what the market's going to do as that's happening, just for experience. That's not ever in favor of anything. Any kind of conflict like that. I'm always praying for everybody to just be safe and for that stuff to not happen. But as a trader and somebody whose job it is to be able to react and structure risk, when that stuff happens, I try to pay attention to what's going on because it doesn't happen often. And it's a learning experience to say, okay, if this happens, then what happens in the market, right? So anyway, but yeah, it was a lot of rambling. Take breaks every once in a while. Step away. Clear your head the same way that you would as an athlete, as a professional. You'd recover a bit. Here we go. Starting to push lower. I'm getting ready to drag, guys. I'm getting ready to drag. We come back down and come back up through these highs. I really don't like it. I'd like to see the 50s get traded through quickly. So I've been... Yeah, here we go. I'm getting ready to drag this thing into profit down below price. Yeah, I'm going to run it here. I want to see this sell off. Aggressively trailing. Probably going to get ticked out here. Let's see. I want to see us continue right here through the 50s without finding any support. Right below this one, right above this 1 minute candle, excuse me. Stop loss, 125 bucks in profit. There we go. Can we trade through it? Dragging tightly, guys. Dragging really tightly here. Dragging really, really tightly right behind price. There we go. Okay, trailed out for 212 bucks on that one. Into the 50s, I think we could really aggressively trade through this. I think this can come right back to overnight high. I don't want to find out if we're just going to continue this uptrend structure, right? I faded this move 3 times, and I came out green. Here we are, 300 bucks in profit. No complaints. Clocking $150 green day. 304 times 7. Yeah, 2,100 bucks. Trading live with you guys. 3 W's. One of those was really the first 2 were really like a break even, right? If I'm putting $500 of risk on, $25 is going to be break even. $50, $75 is going to be around that break even level for me. That's kind of how I read those trades. Waited a while, started to get a rejection. I don't know that we're going to turn, and here's why I'm trailing really aggressively into this level. The 50s, quite a bit of orders there. We started to drop off pretty aggressively there. I think we might continue down, at least to pull back. I don't know that we're not going to continue this move to the upside. I'm not sold on it personally. So my speculation is that we chop, we piss everybody off. Everybody's getting long. You missed it here, you missed it here, you got long up here. That we're going to come and take everybody else out first and then maybe continue long. The classic classic difficult to work with price action market structure that we've been getting here for New York session, but no complaints. 304 bucks across 7 accounts. 3 green trades. Again, one of them a very clear break even stop for 1 tick in profit. Another one just a couple ticks into profit. That one not bad. But again, I'm getting trailed out on these. Why? Because we're not continuing lower, right? If we continued lower on any of those, I might survive a small pullback on the 1 minute and really get to capture, a larger push. So yeah, I'm gonna be done there. I'm not gonna fade this again. I do not have a long. I'm happy the way that one worked out. I'm happy about my entry. I'm glad I waited for these levels where we often see these impulsive movements, or at least some rejection, some challenge of sellers to the buyers that are pushing this thing higher. Bookmap really helped me out on these. If you guys want to check out Bookmap, link is down below. Again, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I'm biased, but what I'll tell you real quick before we, and I'll show you Bookmap again. Let me throw the link in chat if you guys want to check out Bookmap for a discount. But I'm going to show you this because it's something that helps me. That's my job on here, right? It's to, I'm not going anywhere yet, but I'll see you later, Ryan. I'm not going anywhere just yet. I think we're gonna sell off here a little bit. Let's see. Let me share Bookmap again. Show you guys what I'm talking about here. Link is in the chat for bookmap. Yeah, here we go. This is bookmap. If you don't know what this is an order flow tool. It looks crazy and complicated like a heat map. It's not. It's actually pretty simple, and I use it in a stupidly simple, dumb guy way. I really do. I really just utilize it the way that I utilize a candlestick chart, pattern recognition. And well, just real quick, the overview, we're looking at price levels here on ES. This is the ESU5 bookmap chart with bookmap data. Level 2 data, price action, price levels right here. We have the traditional depth of market. This is what this is. It's a current order book showing sell orders above price, buy orders below price, their quantity, displaying it in this little column here, profile. And then all that bookmap really does at its core with this heat map is display the DOM in a very easy to read way. At least that's the way I describe it. Big lit up orders based on what quantity of orders are on the book above and below price relative to everything else. So right here up at the 60s, right, that I was watching saying 60s might be a problem. We got 143. That's getting lit up like a little Christmas tree, right? We come all the way up to the 70s. You can see it right here. If you were running a traditional DOM, it would probably look something like this. But bookmap shows you a heat map, makes it real easy. There's so many ways that you can customize this, add to it. Obviously, there's more stuff than what I'm talking about on here. Volume bubbles, volume down on the bottom, CVD, different volume profiles. I really pay attention to heat map. I've started to pay more attention to cumulative volume delta. I'm trying to run it at the same time or get it to reset at the same time, which is a setting you can use. But what I want to say about bookmap is outside of the narrative that you can create, the understanding of auction theory and just different the narratives behind why order flow is doing what it's doing, using this in a very simple way and looking for patterns that may tend to repeat themselves, watching how price reacts around certain levels and building some subjective way to interpret what's happening and use that to structure risk, to structure your trades, to manage your trades can be very helpful. And what I will say is, if you're interested in this, it took me and it's taking me a long time to do that. It's not a very simple objective if-then. It's watching it day in and day out, and it does look very different through different times of the year, through different days, after rollover, before and after news. It is very dynamic. But watching it, and I've talked to other people that use it, they tell the same story. You're going to set it up, you think you're going to run with it, and a couple months in, you're like, I thought I knew, how I could utilize this to my advantage, and it's taking me a lot longer. So I like to be real about that with anything. Obviously, I think that should be kind of obvious. Any tool you use or you want to start using, it's going to take you a while to get good at, right? To get comfortable with, to be able to use it in any helpful way. But for me, bookmap, as I continue to get more experience on it, I really enjoy it. I don't actually remember exactly when. I'm going to have to go back and look when I started to use bookmap, added it to my arsenal here in the futures market. But I really do enjoy it. As you can see on my chart, you could see on my chart, it's almost naked. Price action, market structure, a couple volume tools, volume profile, VWAP, key levels, right? I'm often marking out basic discretionary levels above and below price. And so bookmap on the side in conjunction with that, since I'm not using 47 other tools, RSI and MACD and a whole bunch of other crazy things, bookmap is pretty sweet. It's not too much information for me to interpret. And also, I've had a lot of traders on here, right? And we talked about this. I don't watch 47 other markets. I'm not watching gold and crude oil and the VIX and the dollar and Mag 7 and what, NQ and YM are doing. I don't do that. A lot of other traders do that, and they're processing that information at the same time. I'm staring at one chart. So being able to have bookmap on the side, what I'm showing you guys right here, it's not that much information for me to process, right? I think I would probably start to struggle if I tried to do some of that other stuff. So that comes down to how much can you actually process? How much information can you actually take in and have it be useful? Because there's a limit for everybody. I think some can do better with a lot more. I'm pretty damn simple. Call me a simple guy, guys. But find what works for you. For me, again, bookmap, very helpful. I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I can't stand to be unbiased if I stand to make money from a link or a code or anything like that. I'd be using bookmap if I wasn't. I was before I was affiliated, and I will continue to be after if I'm not in the future. A last side note, you don't have to use bookmap. You can use a traditional depth of market. Hopefully we get level 2 data with top 1 futures on Project X soon, so I can run a DOM and show you what that looks like for Project X. But there's plenty of other software, order flow software, that you might want to utilize outside of bookmap that you find more helpful. But I do think we have this centralized exchange, this reliable data. Sure, there's spoofing, there's manipulation. Everybody's allowed to do whatever they want. Really, not true. There's laws, but orders can come on and off the book and, kind of be moved around. But I do think it's helpful. It's new data outside of what's just available on a candlestick chart. You cannot see what we're looking at here on bookmap on a candlestick chart. You have to wait for it to be filled and printed in price. So I find it helpful. You might say that's stupid. That looks crazy. I don't like that. And I'd say that's cool. You got to find what's good for you. Let me throw my candlestick chart back up here because we are starting to sell off from here. Starting to sell off. Just want to map out what I'm looking at into the afternoon. On these live sessions, my goal is to trade live and trade more aggressively towards payouts or blown accounts in the accounts that I'm trading here with you guys, which we accomplished today with 3 trades. All W's, although 2 of them being real close to break even, 1 definitely being break even, but all green. What I also want to do is map out what I'm looking for into the afternoon, if I'm looking for something into the afternoon, so you guys know pretty damn clear if I come out with a trade later on, like you got a good idea of what that trade was, right? You can pretty much, guess it ahead of time. I don't know that I want to fade this again. I don't. But what would get me into a short here? What would get me into a short? Nothing close up at this level. I'm done. Trailed myself out twice. This looks like we're going to head back towards overnight high. Yeah, I'm going to set, and what I usually do here is I set some trading view alerts. I'm going to set a trading view alert up here if we pushed way up to the 75s. Maybe I look for an extremely aggressive reaction up here. I would check bookmap, take a look at what's going on. But I'm going to set a level up here. I'm not interested in anything on the way up. I'm not going to fade that. But I'd be interested around the 75s to start to see what happens. We start to come back down. I'm interested to look for trades around that VWAP level. I'd be curious back down around the 25s if we made it like way back down. I would also be curious all the way back down around the 6,000. So I'm going to set a couple of alerts down here. We start to sell way back off. We really don't continue this move to the upside. I'm going to want to see what happens down here. This is going to be our initial balance level. So I'd be actually interested to see if we sweep this one more time, we start to get like that failed auction that a lot of traders talk about. We come back in. But I'd be interested down here off the 25s and the 6,000s, maybe for a long. I'd have to see what that looks like. So a couple trading view alerts. Yeah, I'm going to watch what happens up here. I wouldn't fade this like really aggressively the way that you guys saw me do it. But if we reject it up here, again, we pulled something like this. We swept this initial balance high because this is our IB high, although I don't have it marked, and we started to come back down. I might look to really wait for that to start to happen and then look to trade a continuation to the downside. But I'm probably done hitting the sell button today. Off VWAP, maybe all the way down deep below VWAP off of this push lower. I'd be interested down here to see what happens. So anyway, guys, that's going to be my stream. Another good one as far as P&L goes. Nothing crazy, just small, steady compounding gains here. Again, I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna take what the market gives me. I get trailed out for a couple $100, risking quite a bit. That is what it is. I know that nice impulsive push is coming soon enough. I'm gonna be here to catch it. I know losses are coming soon enough. I'm gonna take those on the chin when they come. But for now, $300 green across 7 accounts, $2,100 Can't complain about $2,000 in a little over an hour here. Hour and 7 minutes trading live with you guys. Remember, I'm here almost every damn day, all the rest of the week, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. We got giveaways coming back. 50K. Oh, let me not say. I don't know exactly what we're going to do. But we got giveaways coming back up on the stream. You're probably going to want to be here this week, but I'm not going to say anything too too definitive. You're probably going to want to be here for the rest of the week because we're going to have fun trading. But we got giveaways coming back at some arbitrary time that I'm not going to name. I'm going to leave it vague like that. Along with that, guys, 100% free trading Discord. Hop in the Discord. Not a VIP feeder program, nothing crazy. You can ask me questions. I'll give you all the sauce that I have, all the juice. I don't claim to be the best trader. I'm certainly not. I'm not on the leaderboards, no huge P&Ls and crazy payouts and live accounts, none of that stuff. But if you get value out of watching a regular idiot like me try to make money trading, I'm more than happy to have you here and to answer any questions and try to help you out to the best of my abilities in Discord. For fun, because this is for entertainment purposes only. And here's the disclaimer. Remember, guys, trading's risky. Most traders lose money. If you trade, you're probably going to lose all your money. Do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Again, I'm an idiot here yapping on YouTube for entertainment purposes only. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, bookmap, and others. Hope to see you guys soon. Smash like, smash subscribe. Thanks for hanging out on here with me. I appreciate you guys as always. Awesome community. See you guys. Mike, Wolf, CJ, Ralph, Nate, Ryan, Ralph again. I'll see you guys in Discord. See you later. See you here the rest of the week. See if we can't keep this run rolling. Let's go, guys. Talk to you soon.